Hello guys, so this is going to be my more in-depth Mesa guide. I will have timestamps in the description so you can jump to parts that you want to go. So let's just jump right into it. On Mesa, I like to run 5 Talforged Topaz Archon Shards for increasing my secondary critical hit chance. The way these work is when you kill an enemy affected by heat status, will gain extra critical hit chance. I have stuck up the buff previously here. As you can see, it says 374%, but it should be 375. Okay, let's get right into build. I'll show the first build that I was running in the level cap spotlight previously. This is the build. I'll go over the mods here quickly. And the arcanes. So the idea for this build was to enable Arcane Sculptor with Molt. Being able to use Molt. Molt does remove status effects when you use it. It also creates a distracting little shed of skin there, as you can see. And this also will enable me to shield gate a lot easier with brief respite and catalyzing shields, because you are getting the 175% ability efficiency. You're able to spam a bit more, get yourself out of a sticky situation. The next part of this build will be Shooting Gallery with Muzzle Flash. Muzzle Flash, after 6 kills, assist by a player with Shooting Gallery, Mesa's next shot will blind. So the way Shooting Gallery works, you'll pop it, you'll have a rotating thing going around you, which will disarm weapons of enemies, jamming their guns, and then that buff will also go around your team members one by one. So it's only on you and one other player. And basically, the way it works with Muzzle Flash is you and the other player will be stacking up Muzzle Flash, and then on Mesa's next shot, boom, blind radius 30 meters. You're blinding between you and the other person, so 2 sets of blinds will be going off, and you'll just be covering a big radius with blind. Extra survivability makes the mobs blind, bit more CC, great for level cap when you need that little bit of extra survivability and making the mobs a bit more confused. That it's a crowd control. It's great. It works. This is what I took into level cap. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Blow Muzzle, pretty much exact same build as before, using Arcane Velocity instead of Arcane Sculptor, but it's also using Often MIs. This is used for slowing the enemy as well as defense reduction, because when you are blinding with Muzzle Flash, if I was to look at the enemy with this, they will be blinded for longer, so the CC is longer. Even while jamming, even if the shooting area goes out and it just jams the guns of an enemy and they're looking at their weapon, like you see there, this slow will make the crowd control longer. It's just extra CC duration is the idea of this build. But I would suggest with this build having someone in your party that's giving you energy, a bit more energy management. Only if you're taking it to level cap though. Otherwise, this could generally go into normal content, but I wouldn't take this into normal content either, because you might end up annoying people with too much crowd control. It's going to be doing a lot of crowd control, this setup. Right, Bonnet. I'm going to go over the mods here. And the arcanes. So Bright Bonnet is used to just give a bit of ability strength. It will give energy. This is more of a static play style. You will put your Bright Bonnets down. You'll just sit in a room with your peacemakers. You'll keep, pressing it on and off, just clearing the room. I use Brief Respite here to just get my shields back up for that little extra survivability. I know you have the 95% damage reduction here. It will apply to the shields, so it is just that little extra, give myself a bit of boost of shields quickly if I'm in a sticky situation. And even in general content, I find Mesa will, her shields will go down quite fast. But this is just mainly for Bright Bonnet to give the power strength, to give the energy restore, make it super comfortable. Nourish. This is another energy management. This one here is using growing power, but very similar to the other build. Nourish is going to apply viral. It's also great for energy management as well. So you're getting the extra viral procs, and you're getting extra damage from this as well. So viral procs, energy management, Nourish, very good. Xata, this is my absolute overkill setup. Xata will just do void status. It will, create the bubble, and basically the way void status works, as far as I know, is it will create a bubble and all the bullets will be attracted to the center. It will just, and it just absolutely destroys enemies. With Mesa, this will just, it's complete overkill, this build, and I suggest again taking it with someone who has energy management, because you're going to struggle with energy on this one. You do have equilibrium. It is fine to take into general content, this one. Same with the Nourish build, absolutely fine. But with Xata, yeah, you will have little energy problems. But yeah, I wouldn't take these three here: BB, Bright Bonnet, Nourish, and Xata. I don't think will be good in level cap. They don't have any survivability on them whatsoever. They are purely just to be comfortable in general content. BB for static, Nourish if you want to apply viral with a bit of energy management, Xata if you want to do, absolute overkill. Okay, the last build is Persistence. I'm going to go over the mods here. Arcanes. Okay, so Arcane Nullifier is to remove the part of Arcane Persistence here where magnetic status disables this effect. You are, for this build, going to want to change your Archon Shards. You are going to want to remove the orange ones and put some blue armor ones on. This is also running Gloom, so you will be slowing the enemies in an area, and you will be life stealing from them. This is the main effect of Gloom, is the life steal. Because as you're using your Peacemaker or just using your weapons and shooting them, you will be life stealing. Arcane Persistence will have it so you're only taking up to 500 damage a second, while you have over 700 armor. Prime Short-Footed, I use this because you are replacing your third ability with Gloom, and the third ability is what gives you the 100% resist to knockdown. And yeah, I keep the first ability because this will be mainly for, I believe it's a mod called Seismic Bond on your companion, which gives you extra ability efficiency. So this is classed as a channeled ability. When you activate this, you will be getting the extra ability efficiency from Seismic Bond. Yeah, this is all the builds here. Okay, let's go over the weapons here. I'm gonna only go over the secondary weapon here because this is the one I use. This is my priming weapon. So with this one, it's this one I like to use. Yes, this one. Okay, so go over the mods here. The Arcane. Secondary Fortifier. This is for when you do hit enemies with Overguard, you are taking their Overguard. You gain 1 Overguard for every 100 damage dealt to the enemy with Overguard. It just gives you that extra layer of survivability. Gives you a second shield gate, Overguard gate, whatever you want to call it. But also this is for priming viral as well. Spreading viral is key in taking the build that you saw in the level cap to level cap. So that's the Epitaph build. Furax Wraith here. This is for Amalgam mod here. 45% extra fire rate to secondary weapons. Melee Kareen, so on roll you're going to freeze enemies. You don't even need the melee weapon out to be able to use this. Okay, let's go to the Regulators. So this is what I was running in the level cap setup. This is my general setup for all of the builds apart from Persistence. But let's go over this one first. Show the mods. Arcane, Cascadia Flare. We're going to be doing heat status because we're going to be stacking our Topaz Shards. We're going to be using Arcane Hotshot, and this will give us an extra 480% damage when it's fully stacked up as well. So this is the build for the Regulators. With Persistence, this is the build. So if you were to swap out the Archon Shards, go Gloom, this would be the setup. Go over the mods here. Secondary Innovate. This is because you will be losing the orange shards, so you'll have less crit chance. You also won't be using the Arcane Hotshot to get the big critical hits. Right, let's go over Companion. In the level cap, I was using Worm Prime. That's because of Negate, but let's go through the mods here. So honorable mentions here would be the Synth Deconstruct, Reinforced Bond, and Duplex Bond. Negate. This is, like I said, when I do level cap, I like to be as status immune as possible. I think this really helps Mesa. Just makes it a lot more comfy, because if you do get a nasty slash proc, this will negate it. Tazicor. This is my priming. You go around, stack viral. It will also do magnetic, radiation, electric. Let's go over the mods here. So this is mainly going to be used for priming the enemies. With Duplex Bond, you're going to be casting your abilities. 3 of these are going to go out and they're going to prime everything for you. This also goes with the Regulators here. Galvanized Shot. So you're just getting all the extra statuses on the enemy, and you end up doing more damage. You can use a different companion. You could use Panzer here. Certainly works because it does apply viral. It's just not as consistent. Also, taking a companion like Panzer, you could use Tenacious Bond for the extra critical damage multiplier. It is perfectly fine. I just find using a Sentinel with Tazicor, you are going to stack viral stacks very fast, and you're going to do a lot more damage in the end. Right. I think it's time to go into a bit of a showcase here and show you how it works. So I'll show you the level cap setup and how it worked. So Molt, it's a little bit of skin, decoy there. Shooting gallery, shatter shield. Those buffs up. Peacemakers, just start shooting. You will be stacking up your Archon Shards, and you will be stacking up Arcane Hotshot with heat procs. Heat kills. As you see here, I have Muzzle Flash at 100% here. That means my next shot is a blind. As you see, they're blinded there, and it will be blind for 9 seconds. Plenty of time to finish them all off. Yeah, that's generally how the build works. I hope this helps you out. I do have other videos on my channel that are more towards the endurance run, level cap content runs. So if you do want to feel a bit more confident in going into these Boy Cascade level caps, which you see in recruitment chat every now and then, you're welcome to go watch those videos. You don't have to follow the builds to a T. You could just take them and be like, I can use this and it will do level cap content. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and bye-bye.